Why? Ask mom. I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh wow. Ask mom. Okay, so here we go. It's been a long time since I've done this, so we'll see how it works. This is kind of a test just to see how things go. Test things out. As you can see, this is Deadliest Catch. This is the demo version. I've played through it once already, but I'm not sure if I will pay for the entire game or not, but we shall see what happens. So this is the main menu. It might be a little bit different if you buy the full game, but we'll see. So we're gonna go to new game. As I said, I've already played this, so I'm not going to do the tutorial. We'll go to career. Captain's name, let's use me, Battle Pat. And we're going to name our ship the Traveler. You can change the font. There's not too many choices. You can kind of see what some of these are here. Not a huge deal. You can change the color if you want. Let's go with something that'll contrast that a little bit. There we go. We'll go with that yellow. You can do outlines. Let's change the outline color to red. Change our thickness. See how it kind of changes the look of things. And let's add a... yeah, let's add that color shadow. So there we go. We've got the Traveler, and we're about to hit this thing. Okay, so here we are in Dutch Harbor. This is going to be the start of season 1, and in the demo version you only get to play 1 season, so we're going to start off king crab fishing. As far as I know, that's the only thing that you can do is king crab, even in the full game, so it is what it is. I wish there was more, but that's the way it is right now. I think the game is actually still in development, so there might be some updates coming, I hope. We'll see how it goes. So this is Dutch Harbor. You got our boat here, the Traveler. You got skills, shop up here, upgrades, gas station, processing plant, admin office, and the bar. And I'll kind of go through these here real quick. I'll leave the vessel for last. So if you go into skills, actually before we do that, we can see what we got going up here in the left hand corner. September 4th, we have $7,500. We only have 1 pot right now, and we're only about half full on fuel, sorry for those of you that care about that thing. This is how much we weigh, how much crabs on board, and how much we've made through the whole season. So hopefully we'll have a good season. And like right here, the season ends in 6 days, 23 hours, 57 minutes. So if you go into skills, these are the different skills that you can get. You have to buy them, and they unlock as you go through the game. This one, trade discount, gives you 10% discount on Dutch Harbor shop goods. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get that one right now. Set that. In the shop is where you buy stuff that you're gonna need. So we already have 1 pot, so we're gonna buy 4 more to give us 5 total. So down here you can see we've got $7,000 left. We're spending $3,600 on pots, and we need to get buoys to go with those pots. Obviously you connect the buoy to the pot when it goes overboard, so you know where it is. And then we're gonna need some bait, so we're gonna pick up, let's just get 3 things of bait for now. We already have a tote, and I'll explain kind of how all of this works once we get going. Let's get some WD-40. We'll just get 1 for now. And yeah, looks good. And we're gonna spend $3,800. The next thing, so we're about half full with fuel, so we're gonna go ahead and get some more. I'm gonna fill up as much as I can. This might have been a mistake, but we'll see how it goes. So we're gonna confirm that. We're gonna get the rest of the fuel. Here's upgrades. These will unlock as you go through the game. I'm not sure exactly how it works in the full game, but the only one that I've ever been able to unlock in the demo version is this smart coiler. But as you get further on in the game, you should be able to buy all these. Makes things easier on you. In the administration office, this is where you'll pay your fines. If you lose a pot at sea by not connecting buoys to it, it'll show up as an abandoned pot, and that'll be a fine. Or if you bring in female crabs or crabs that are too small, you will get fined as well, and this is where you can go to pay them. Processing plant, pretty easy. That's where you sell the crabs once you bring them in. You'll have a total that you have for weight, and then the price per pound, and it'll give you a total how much you had to pay in fines. Oh, close out of that. And then in the bar you can hire deckhands. Obviously I don't have enough money. I'm down to what, $0. But you could hire a deckhand to help you once you go fishing. And we'll get one of those. We're going to make this a short trip. We'll come back fairly quickly once we think we've had enough money, and then we'll hire a deckhand, and you can see how that goes. Alright, so if you click on the vessel, it brings up this map. You can also access it by pressing M on the keyboard. Right now it means a whole lot of nothing, so we're going to turn on this filter. This shows you what the bottom is, so muddy bottom, sandy, or rocky. Right? Crabs don't like rocky bottom, they like the sandy or muddy. And then this turns on your temperature. Looking over here, water temperature. You can see down here in the bottom right hand corner, it shows you the temperature, the depth, and the bottom type. So basically we're going to pick a spot on the map here where we think there might be some good crabs, and we're going to head out there and drop some pots and see what happens. So let's see, we'll go, since we're going to make this somewhat of a short trip because we just want to get some money so we can get back in and get a deckhand, we're going to go right here. So it brings us up, it's 133 nautical miles away. It's going to take us 9 hours 12 minutes to get there, and we're going to use that much gas. Alright, sorry about that. So we're going to go ahead and accept that, and we will sail out to where we put ourselves. Now, because we don't have any crew members, we're going to have to do everything by ourselves. So this is the deck. Right now, this is what we have for pots here. We have our crane, launching station, sorting table. Got your coiler and block here. We have our buoys. So we're going to open this up, press E to open it. We're going to take one herring block out. We're going to put it in there to get the bait going. And so you can either control this crane from here to use it there, or you should be able to do it from the main control panel over here, which is right here. I've actually never done it from here, so bear with me for a second. That doesn't seem to do anything. Alright, so Q to get out of that. We'll come over here, we'll use this, press E to get into it. AWSD to move it. And once you get it over your pot, you hit spacebar. That'll pick it up. Move that over here to the launcher. And then right mouse button will lower it a little bit. Not a whole lot, you just press spacebar, it falls on there like magic and works just fine. Q to get out of there. Alright, so now we have to get the pot ready to go overboard. So first of all, we're going to open it since we're right here. We're going to come over here and grab some bait. And that has to go inside, which you should be able to do from here. See, E to hang bait there. So now we have the bait in the pot. And we have to pick up a buoy. And this is going to go on top. Even though it says inside, it's actually going to be on top and go into the water like that. Alright, now we close the pot. Now, to put the pot in the water, you can either use this lever here, or you should be able to use this one here. So, there's one. Lays it flat. And I think we're in a good spot now, so we'll go ahead and hit it one more time, and the pot goes into the water. Now this is why it's important for the buoys to be on there. If they're not on there, one, you'll never find it because you won't know where they are, and you'll never have any chance of getting it back. So we'll lower this, R to lower it twice to get it ready for the next one. And obviously we don't want to set a pot right on top of this one. So what we're going to do is come over here to this door and go into the wheelhouse. Alright, in here you can control how you move, again, WASD keys. So down in the bottom left hand corner you can see that we're in first gear and second gear. I'm just going to go up to second gear here real quick to get us up to speed, and then I'm going to drop it down to first. And we'll go back out there. Alright, so now we're slowing down a little bit because it's in first gear. We want to put some room in between the last pot and the next pot. So again, jump in the crane. One up with the space bar. Swing it over. And drop it on the launcher. Get out of here. Oh, we gotta open it first. That makes it easier. Open the pot. Oh, no, never mind. We don't need to do that anymore. We already have bait in here. So grab that, put it inside, get our buoy. You can see how this is gonna be extremely repetitive. Close it, and I think we're probably I'm gonna go a little bit further. That might actually be a little bit too close. You know, Matthew, I'm not sure. Thanks for jumping in here. Actually, since you're here, can you let me know how well the audio sounds? This is the first live stream I've done in a really long time. So if you could help me out, that'd be much appreciated. But I do not know if this is coming to console or not. I was looking around on Steam over the last couple days just to find something new and something different, and came across this and thought I'd give it a shot with a demo version. It is what it is. It gets pretty repetitive and kind of boring, I guess. Not any more boring than any other, you know, farming simulator or anything like that I play, but I just don't know that it's going to be worth the $20 to buy the full game, but I might be wrong. We'll see. Alright, so our second one's in the water. Time to start working on the third pot. Again, just drop it on there. Open it. Grab some bait, grab a buoy. Hey, thanks, Matthew. I appreciate it. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the audio, so that's really good. Good news. Glad to hear it. This gets a little bit better. I guess when you hire crew members and you kind of manage everything as opposed to doing everything. And doing everything right now is not a big deal. It is kind of repetitive, but the part that I really don't like is sorting the crab, and we'll get to that here in a few minutes if you stick around, because that is a ridiculous process. But we'll see that here after we get all these pots in the water. We only got a couple more left. I'm not too worried about making sure I catch a lot on this first trip here. I really just want to get enough crab to make some money so that I can get a crew member and kind of go through how that process works as well. And then after that happens, I'll probably call it a night. But one thing with the demo version is you can't save your progress, and it is whatever. But I've read some things online where people are having issues with save games anyway, where they'll be out on a fishing trip and they will save their game, exit out. When they come back in, none of the crab will be on the boat. They'll have lost all the crab that they had. So there's still some issues being worked out. I think this game's been out for a while, so I'm not sure what the story is with making sure all the bugs and everything get fixed. Oh, that's not gonna work. I can't put bait in a pot. So what I'll do is I'll just come over here, you press Q to drop it on the ground, so it'll just sit there. Yeah, you'll see the sorting process. It's a bit ridiculous, and there are, in the full game, there's a skill I believe that will help make it faster, but in the beginning it's extremely slow. And our last pot's going on the launcher, so open that. Pick up our bait again. I just go to the side here because if you go this way, see how it says E to close the pot? It's really hard. You can raise this up so that it's level and it's easier to put it in, but if you just come over here to the side and hang the bait that way, it's pretty easy. And then they take a buoy, put it on top even though it says inside, close it, and we'll launch our last pot. Alright, I'm going to leave it level like this because as we pull our pots in, once we think they've had enough soak on them, then that's the position it needs to be in anyway. So for now I'm going to head back up to the wheelhouse. Actually, while we're waiting here for a second, you can kind of explore around a little bit. There's nothing that you can do. You can just kind of walk around. You can't like operate the anchor or anything like that. There are lights. Right here is a light switch, so you can turn the lights on. At night, you probably oh, excuse me, sorry. And then in here's a storage compartment which keeps our grappling hook. Penetrating oil is used to repair the equipment, which we'll probably get to have to do that here somewhat shortly. It's not ridiculous. And then a tote, I'll show you later, is used to move crabs around. So if you come back towards the wheelhouse, you can also climb up these ladders and kind of walk around. You can see there's our string of pots back there. You can come up here if you want. You can enter the wheelhouse from here as well. You can go all the way up top, kind of get a different view. We'll head into the And I'm gonna speed it up just to show you how quickly this boat turns. So we're gonna ratchet up to 4th gear. Get going, and then if we start to turn, oh, if you press C, you can change your view. So you can see how quickly this thing will turn. I'm not sure in real life how well these things turn. I know with my time in the Navy on destroyers, those things, for as big as they are, they turn really sharp. It's pretty crazy. If we really lay the rudder over, it turns really sharp for a 500 plus foot long 90,000 ton boat. So, and the weather will get kind of crazy sometimes. I haven't seen any rogue waves, but I've seen other people do videos that they had rogue waves come across and kind of bounce them around a little bit. But for now, we're just gonna kind of sail back up to the top of where our string was. I'll get turned around and get pointed in the right direction so that we can start pulling these pots. We can do a fast forward on the time as well, so we don't have to sit here and wait for a real life 15 hours. So once we get up to the top of the string, I'll fast forward the time as well. Yeah, I've heard that they've talked about possibly doing a multiplayer mode. It would be a lot more fun. I think you could have one, just like you see on the show, which I love. I've watched almost every episode of the show, which is crazy because it's been on forever. But you could have, 4 or 5 crew members and each one doing a different job. It would make things a lot more efficient, and you could tell that just on the deck of this ship, 6 pots isn't a lot. Or actually, yeah, would we have 6? 5 or 6? It's not a whole lot. It can definitely hold a lot more. Oh, thanks, Matthew. I appreciate it. I actually just retired at the end of June, so I did almost 21 years. And, thanks to your grandfather, too, for his service before me, which is awesome. My grandfather was a destroyer sailor in World War II as well. Head back in here. So I'm going to pull up the map here real quick. You can kind of see where we're at. It'll show you where all the other boats are too. We were the first one out, and you can kind of see these guys are headed over here. Cooking and glamping with Tot. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I hope the audio is good for you. Like I was saying a little bit earlier, this is my first live stream in a really long time, so I'm kind of just playing around with some settings, hoping that everything is good, and just messing around on Deadliest Catch here. Yeah, I agree, Matthew. Definitely. I don't know how those guys did it, especially looking at the conditions that destroyermen specifically had to deal with while they were in World War II compared to what I had. I'll stick with what we have now. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So now, yeah, I'm just getting kind of turned around here. You can kind of see there's our string. Oh, actually, I passed it. Oh, let's back up. There's our first pot right there. That was the first one that we put down. So now I'm gonna back up a little bit, and so it'll make it easier to get lined up here in a second. Alright, so for now I'm going to sit right here. So if you press Z down here in the bottom left hand corner, it brings up the controls. You can see it's a T. Let's see if I can get it better to see it there. That's probably better right there. Yeah, I figured, Tots. I haven't seen you in a while. So you can see the controls there: rest, open, close a map. Right control will show the crew management screen. I don't have any crew, but this is what it looks like. So once we get into port and get a crew member, I'll show you what that does. Gear up, gear down, that's faster, slower. Change camera, exit the wheelhouse. The tablet, so this is what the tablet looks like. So you can bring up what you have on your vessel. This is your current inventory right now. This is what we have. We got that herring bait block that we bought. We got 2 of those and everything else. It also shows the upgrades that you've in the game. It shows them all, but like I said, these are all locked. The ones that say locked are, I haven't been able to figure out if you can unlock those in the demo version. I don't think you can. And then this one is too expensive. Obviously we have no money left. Captain skills, so these are all the skills that we looked at when we were back in Dutch Harbor. Different things you can get. And then this is the one that we're going for right here. This one, if we need $10,000 and we'll be able to increase our crews by 1. And the biggest thing that I use that guy for is sorting, because sorting the crab in this is ridiculous. Leaderboards, this shows all the boats that are out there with us and how much money they've made. The demo version only goes 1 season, so unfortunately we can't go multiple years to figure out who's the best fisherman out here. The map we've already looked at a couple times. Fines, like I said, if you abandon a crab pot, you bring in inappropriate crabs, you lose a pot, or you catch in the off season, which would be after the season is over. Manual this manual is one of the better ones. It explains everything, right down to, you know, how to put the bait in, and then, you know, the crew management, how to skip time. I wanted to look at parameters to consider a good spot. So king crabs live on sandy or muddy seabed. I talked about that earlier. Sandy or muddy, you want to stay away from the rocks. Depth between 20 and 200 meters, or 11 and 110 fathoms. And then captains usually prefer between 55 and 100 meters, and the temperature is around 4 degrees Celsius. So if you can find spots on the map that are in those areas, so let's kind of take a look at where we are here. We're up here, so we're at 10 fathoms and 37 degrees Fahrenheit. I did change that. I think that's a setting. I'll check that here in a second. And then crew is this, and I'll show you when we get back. See if we look in the settings. Yeah, I changed it so that we don't use the metric system, just because, you know, I'm American. But for now, let's stop wasting time. Oh, Matthew, yeah, that's actually a battle that most people don't really know about. The Japanese did attack Adak. It was pretty brutal from what I understand too. I do play Farm Sim. I don't know if you've seen me with Farmer Min or not. It's been a while since we've been on a stream together, so we used to play together all the time. I still talk to him pretty regularly, but everybody's just kind of busy. Like I said, I just retired from the Navy and started a new job, so I've been kind of busy getting settled in. I moved to Georgia, so tonight's really, I just made a commitment tonight that I was going to do this and at least give it a shot. So rest time, we got we can go all the way up to 158 hours, but we're gonna let these pots soak. We're gonna go 15 hours. I haven't really played around too much with how many you get for different times. just because it is the demo version and I didn't want to take the time to do it. So we're gonna rest for 15 hours and see what we can haul. Let's see. Looks like the sun is coming up. It's right in our face. So this is gonna make things a little bit interesting. Huh? Yes. Sorry, my daughter's being annoying.
Oh.
Alright, so now we gotta speed up. We're gonna put, you can kind of see right off the bow there is our first pot coming up. So we'll steer in that direction and we'll get lined up and we'll pull the first pot. Yeah, and Matthew, being a cryptologist in ADAC in World War II, I can imagine he's probably got some pretty decent stories. Well, actually, probably not even stories that he can tell. Yeah, I haven't checked out any of those NMC modding trucks yet. I haven't been on Farm Sim in a couple days, so I think I might have went too far. Let's see. Climb down here. Oh, no, this should be perfect. Alright, so we have pot sitting right here, right? We have to go into our storage area and get our grappling hook. And then you want to throw it. I can't tell. I got too close. But you click to throw it, and you want to get it in between the yellow and the red buoy. Oh, it looks like I got it right. And then you're just going to hold E to pull it up. So that puts the rope in the block. And then you come over here, and you turn your coiler on, and it's going to lift the pot to the rail. Oh, that looks like a decent one. Then what we got to do is come over here and we're going to lower the winch hook. You'll see it coming down there. So you grab your winch hook, hook it up to the pot, and move the pot onto the launcher. And then we can drop the winch hook by pressing Q, and then it'll just kind of float there. Now, one thing to kind of keep things tidy, I always try to pick up the buoys first. So you pick up the buoy, you can bring it back over here. And then you have to open the pot, and then we slide the table forward. So you can either use these controls right here, slide the table forward, or there's these controls here, forward and backwards. Yeah, and I understand, Matthew. There's only so much that any of us can say, right? But it is what it is. So once we get into this position and we have our table down, you can either use this button here to throw crabs, or there's another one over there next to the lever that's there. So we'll hit this button real quick. And that's going to throw the crabs onto the table. Right? This is actually not very many. We'll use these controls here, move the table backwards. Close our pot, and like I said, this is going to be a quick trip, so I'm going to end up 65 minutes. I'm not sure how I want to do this yet, so while I'm showing you how to sort crab, then I'll try and decide what I want to do, whether or not I want to set these back. 65 is pretty low, but if I set them back, it should give me a better soak, and they might be ready by the time I head it back into Dutch and pick up another crew member. Alright, so sorting crab. So you walk over here, you press E to sort crab. Now you have these over here is going to be your bad pile, and these over here is going to be your good pile. Obviously, females and crabs that are too small have to go into the bad pile. Males that are big enough go into the good pile. So you put your cursor over the pilot crab, click on it, and it's going to pick one out, and then you press spacebar. And you have to turn it around to see whether or not it's a good crab. So it is male, so this lit up green. And it is big enough, because this one lit up green. So this one, we're going to press D to put it in the good pile. He goes over there. Here's the next one. This one, male, big enough. D, again, put it in the good pile. This one I can already tell is going to be too small. I'll show you what that looks like anyway. So you flip it around to examine it. It is male, but it is too small. So if it's too small or female, you press A, it goes in the bad pile. Now you can start to kind of tell which ones are which. From what I understand, there's a way to tell by looking at the back of them quickly. I haven't quite figured it out yet. And you don't have to wait for both of these to turn color. As soon as one of them is red, you can drop it, because it doesn't matter at that point. And this is where I really like using a crew member. This one's going to be too small, and it's female. Because I can drive and do other stuff, get the next pot ready, while he is sorting. This one's going to be too small. This one's too small. Yeah, and yeah, Matthew, once I get, like I said, once I get through a few of these, I think I've got $10,000 worth, I'll head back in and get a crew member, and we'll come back out. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Try and get these sorted as quickly as possible so we can go get our next pot. Oh, that one's way too small. And then if you get them in the right position, both those meters go quicker. But like I said, I'm just moving the mouse around to get them. See how you got to get it like perfectly. And then what happens is if you get one that's a female or one that's too small and you put it over in the good pile, once you get into Dutch and you go to sell them, that's where you'll see the fines. That one's too small. Oh, see, now I just did that. I put one that's too small in the good pile, so I'm gonna end up getting fined for that. Hey Matthew, I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I've got some stories, that's for sure. I appreciate you stopping by though. Sorry, that bright light, I accidentally turned on the flashlight. I hit F instead of D. So that turned on the flashlight. That's too small. He's too small. This one might be okay. I think that's a female. Small. Small. It's too small. Small. This one's too small. Female. As you can see, this process is pretty crazy. It just takes forever. And this is only one pot. We only had 60 something crab in this one pot. And we've got 4 more to pull. Okay, so now that we've got them all sorted, we press Q to get out of there. You can pick them up one at a time. Let's see. So we're gonna grab a bad crab. You can pick them up one at a time, bring them over here to the rail, and throw them away. Or you come into your storage compartment here, you pick up your tote, come over here, grab the bad crabs, and that gets almost all of them. It doesn't always, depending on how many you have. You come over, press E, throw them into the water. So all the bad crabs are gone. Now we pick up the good pile. We come over here to this hatch, press E to open it, and then it's going to be E again to use it. If you look over on the top left hand corner where it says tons and it says 17,618, that will go up. So if you watch that, I'm going to put these crab in there. We just put 334 pounds crab on the boat out of the 16,535 we can hold. So I'm going to drop my tote here for now because we're going to need it. I could have put it away. You know what? Yeah, just for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and set these back. I know it's not going to do much because there's not really crab here. But rather than taking the crane, stacking them all up, and worrying about, I'm just going to stack these or set these back. We are out of bait, so I'm going to come back in here, grab another herring block. There. Pick up our bait. We're going to come over here, put the bait in the pot, pick up our buoy, and since I'm setting these back, next time that we get a pot on deck, I'm just going to leave the buoy on the deck, and I should be able to pick it up from there and put it right on the pot. Lower that back to the position so that we can go get our next one. Come back up into the wheelhouse. See, now this is going to be difficult because I can't see. But that's okay. We'll get it figured out. So we can kind of see our string of pots up here in the window. Speed up a little bit, get it up there. You don't want to go too fast, right? Because it's not like you can just stop. You have to slow down before you can stop, right? And if you're going too fast, you'll just drive right by your pot, and then you're gonna have to turn around. And I'm sure everybody's seen on the show where they do that, and the captains get rather upset. See, now I'm going too fast. Oh no, I screwed that all up because I wasn't paying attention. Huh. Okay, there we are. We get here far enough? Nope. Let's see if it'll work. Nope. I'm gonna have to move up just a little bit. Dang it. See, now I look like one of those dummy greenhorns on the show that can't throw a hook. Cute, put the hook back. I'm gonna have to move just a little bit. If you hold shift, you kind of run a little bit while you're moving. This should be better. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. There we go. Much better. Get it in the block. Turn on the coiler. The winch hook's already here, so we can grab it, get ready for the pot to hit. Move the pot onto the launcher. Oh, forgot to drop the hook. Open it. Move that forward. Dump our crab out. Move that back. Shoot. This time we had 71. Last one was 68, so set those there. Grab our bait, put it inside. And drop it. And then we go back to sorting. Again, press the flashlight button. You can leave the crabs just sit on the table and go to the next pot. That's not a big deal. I don't like doing that because then you end up with, 300 crabs sitting on your table and it just takes forever to get through them. Try and get through sorting these as quickly as possible. So I think I'm starting to figure out which ones are male and which ones are female. If you look at the back, you see how it's kind of a triangular shape. So those are the males. Let me see if I can get a female. That's a male. That's definitely big enough. Male, big enough. Wow. Of course, now I'm not going to pick up a single female. And then on this one, you see how there's not the triangular shape on the back? So I think that's going to be the key. Yep. So then size will be the only thing. This is a female. Female. Male. He's definitely big enough. It's going to be a male. He's big enough. Male. He's definitely big enough. This one is a male. Sometimes I can't get the controls right and get it spun around the way you want it to be. Frustrating, not big enough. Wow. These are actually decent pots for what I've noticed. So I think we had more keepers in the last pot too. The first time I played through this, I was about even with keepers and throwaways. But this time it looks like we're doing much better. I say that and then the next couple pots are going to be all blanks. Gonna be too small. Last one out of this. Alright, Q to get out of that. We're gonna pick up our tote. I always pick up the bad ones first, just so I don't mistakenly throw the good ones over the side. That would be pretty bad. Or I don't mistakenly put the bad ones in the hatch. That would be even worse. And I already set that pot back. Time to drive to the next one. If we take a look at our map, like I said, it shows we're the only ones in this area. There's one other boat out here with us. Everybody else kind of comes up here. Last time I played through this demo, a lot of people were coming in this area, so I think it just it might even be somewhat random, which is fine. I like that. Alright, next pot's coming up, so we'll... Did I pull up far enough? No, I didn't again. This is not good. I'm embarrassing the hell out of myself right now. So I don't think it's gonna matter. That fog is pretty crazy. Yep, just a little bit. Got it. First try that time. Even though I had to move the boat again. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, I tell you. I would be fired real quick if I was doing this for real. That's one thing, I could never do this for real. You know, I spent damn near 21 years in the Navy, and I still get seasick like it's nobody's business. Oh yeah, gotta open it before you can dump it. Stupid. Just by watching the show makes me realize that there is no way I'm doing things a little bit out of order than I normally do. I usually stack these pots and move someplace else, but just for the sake of time, I'm not doing that this time. I'm just setting them back just so I can get these offloaded. Oh, it won't let me do it if that's closed? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, just for the sake of getting these offloaded and getting to a crew member so you can see what that looks like. That's why I'm doing this now instead of picking up and moving somewhere else where there might be more crab. 79 in that pot. Wow. Let's see if they're good ones. That's a good one. If he's big enough. Yep. That's too small. He's big enough. It's too small. See, and this right here is what really makes me not necessarily want to buy the full version of the game, because of stuff like this. Right? I understand why it is the way it is. It is a process that takes a while, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still a game. And I know there's skills you can unlock later that make it quicker, but this just kind of does it for me, I guess. I think they just released a new boat too. That's the other thing. I don't know if you can like buy new boats, customize them. Oh crap! Or if you're just stuck with the one boat. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it all that much. Didn't really care, to be honest, because I was just trying the demo to see if I liked it or not. I could definitely see how this would be a lot more fun as a multiplayer game. You know, you just kind of chill out and shoot the breeze and, you know, catch some crab. It's not like it requires a whole lot of thinking, right? But you can kind of see from the numbers already that this is going to be about 50-50. That was definitely big enough. Keepers and throwaways, so that's pretty much been what I've noticed. And the most that I've ever seen in one pot is 80. I don't know if that's because I was in the wrong spot, probably, or there are different types of bait that you can buy, so I don't know if that makes a difference. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure. You only get to play one season, so there's only so much experimenting you can do in the demo version. Not too bad. It's better than 50% anyway. Get rid of our bad ones. See how there's some left, so you can't pick them all up necessarily, which is fine. We'll just make 2 trips. Alright, now we drive to the next one. I think I've got 2 more pots to pull, and then we'll head into Dutch and sell the crab that we have, and pick up a crew member and take a quick look at how that goes, and then I'll probably call it a night. Oh, man. Did it again, not paying attention. Oh. I'm struggling with this tonight. Let's see if I'm in a spot where I can get this. Damn it. This should be better, I hope. Still didn't pull up far enough. God bless. Such a waste of time. Oh, there we go. I just did it. Oh, I'll get fined for that. I just lost a pot. Alright, well, yeah, we're about that 74 in this one, so we went, wow, 68, 71, 74. Sort through these, I guess. I can't believe I did that. Oh man, I just dropped a pot in the water with no buoys, no bait. At least it didn't have the bait in it, so that I didn't lose that money too. But not only do I have to buy another pot now, I'm gonna get fined for it, which will definitely cut into the profits substantially. I think last time I did that it was a $500 fine. What? No. I don't know. Why? Okay, that's like a week away. If we're gonna play tennis, we have to leave early. I gotta start cooking at like 11. Why don't you come sort these crab for me? It's super boring. I do promise you this game gets better once you get a crew member to do the sorting for you. It actually becomes somewhat tolerable. At least now that I've kind of figured out the difference between male and female, it does make this go by a little bit quicker. It's too small. And unfortunately for anybody that's watching this, I'm doing this as a live stream, so I won't be able to cut out, skip ahead. You get to join me through all this pain and misery. Alright, that's it for that pot. This is actually one of the better trips I think that I've had since I started playing this. Yeah, as you can see up there in the top left-hand corner at the bottom, the little trophy thing, negative $500 because I'm an idiot and dropped that pot without any buoys in it, so there's no way we can get it back. Alright, I think I've got one more pot to pull. We'll head back into Dutch and pick up a crew member. See who we're gonna hire once we get there. Pull some drunkard out of the bar. Alright, let's see if I can actually get one pot to be right. Start slowing down. Oh yeah, it's about time. Got one right this time. Didn't have to go back and move the boat around and waste 3 times throwing the hook. Greenhorn's learning something. Still can't put the dang thing on the launcher though. $71 in that one as well. Not too terrible, I guess. Some bait. That in there. And we're gonna set this one back. And commence sorting once again. Hey Newell, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. It's been a long time. Well, a long time on one of my streams anyway. I hope you're doing well. I've been kind of kicking around the idea of getting on here and streaming a couple different games, and like I said earlier, I just retired from the Navy at the end of last month and moved to Georgia, so things have been kind of busy. Started a new job and all that, and tonight I just finally was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna stream. And so we're doing Deadliest Catch, the demo version, mostly because I wanted to test out like audio and stream video and all that because it's been so long. I got a new computer and everything, so I wanted to make sure that Streamlabs was going to work the way I thought it was going to, and so I'm just kind of using this as a test run. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it. It's kind of lonely when you're streaming by yourself. You get one or two people pop in every now and then. I mean, that's okay, right? Like I said, this is going to be a test. I'm going to go back and watch the video once I'm done and maybe make some tweaks if I have to or whatever, but so how have you been? I hope all's well. And that's the last one for that pot. Yeah. I've talked to Farmer Man a couple times. I never really I never really cared for making videos. Just not really my personality. I'd rather be live and then have people join in and just talk, kind of shoot the shit at the same time. Let's see, actually I'm gonna put our winch hook up and I'm gonna hit M for map and go down here. At the bottom is Dutch Harbor. We're gonna quickly head over there. It's gonna take us 9 hours and that much gas. Alright, so now that we're back here in Dutch Harbor, we gotta sell the crab. So we're gonna go over here to the processing plant. Click on that. And we're gonna make $25,490. And we got one crab. That was bad, so we're gonna accept that. I'm gonna go in the administration office. I think I've got fines to pay. Yep, because I dropped that one pot. What? Cause there's a password on it for a reason. Not right now. Alright, so I'm gonna pay my fines. $500 wasted there. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna refuel. So let's fill up our fuel. It cost us $8,000. Now I'm gonna go to the bar. Actually, before I do that, I can't do that yet. I gotta upgrade my captain. I gotta buy the skill, which is gonna cost me $10,000. Yeah, I kind of feel awkward to Newell, and when I'm in the process, it feels okay, I guess. Editing videos afterwards is kind of weird, having to listen to yourself. But I definitely enjoy editing way more than I do actually making the video. But it's been a long time since I've even edited a video too, so. Alright, well, so we'll head to the bar. It's going to cost us $3,000 to hire one of these guys. Let's go with Alex McBodie. Why not? Alright, so now we're going to head back out to where we were. So normally I would pick a different spot and kind of try and go with those, but because we set our pots... Oh, you know what? Before I do that, let me go to the shop and see. Nah, screw it, it's just the demo.
So normally I would try and find a better spot, maybe up here where all the other ships are, but we've got our pots here, so I'm just gonna quick travel to there. Now I'm gonna go back to the map real quick, and they've been in the water for 18 hours. All right, so that's good. We can work with that. So I'm gonna get up here in the wheelhouse and drive around. Oh, it's actually right there. Let me get this one set up real quick, and then I'll show you what the crew management screen looks like. Okay, so if we press right control, it brings up this crew management. Right now, Alex McBodie is the only one that we have. You can see there's 3 different modes. You have pot setting, pot collecting, and resting. And then you have additional work down here. Not worried about pot setting right now because we're worried about pot collecting. So wherever you drag and drop his picture on is going to be the task that he will perform. Right? So I'm going to put him on catching and reeling in the pot. And you can see there's 3 steps to that. You got to get the hook, catch the pot, put it on the coiler. And then after that, the next thing would be placing the pot on the launcher. I'm gonna have him do all of this stuff. Alright, so you gotta reel in the pot, attach the winch hook, put it on the launcher, right? These are all different steps that you gotta do. I'm also gonna put him on crab sorting as an additional job. So now that we're in pot setting, you can see, let me get outside here. Oh, why do I have it in reverse? That's stupid. But you can see that box right there. And that's where the pot has to be in order for him to throw the hook and get it. I think it's just got to be anywhere in that box. But you can see him out there on deck as the pot comes up. Of course, now it doesn't want to work. Maybe, well, I'll run out here and get this one, I guess. What? I don't know what is going on right now. Let me put that back real quick. I'm gonna back up just a little bit. This guy's about to get fired on his day off. Alright. Alright, so now he's gonna go to work. I think maybe because I already had the pot in the area before I set him up. Might have been what. So now he's gonna do all of this, move the table forward. Crab on the table. See, he's doing everything for us. Now the one thing he won't do is I don't have him on deck cleaning, so he's not going to pick up these buoys, so I'll go pick it up for him. And you see he stores the pot as well, and then he will go to sorting. Now what I haven't been able to figure out, and I'm not sure if you can do it, If I start sorting crabs at the same time he's sorting crabs, it's just going to, he's going to stop. He's just going to stand there like a dummy and watch. But because he's doing that, I can go back in the wheelhouse and get a setup for the next one. So we'll get us turned around and start heading towards the next pot. And there's our string right there and ahead of us. I'm gonna try and get us lined up here. I want to be able to go straight from one pot to the next. That's why I'm coming way over here like this. You can see he's still sorting. So what I'm going to do is slow down. Because going back to this, these are the primary jobs. So if we come up on this pot, he's going to stop sorting and go straight into this next job here, which is catching and bringing the pot in, throwing the hook essentially, right? And I want him to finish sorting, or at least get really close to being finished sorting. Somewhat close, right? If he's close, what I'll do is once he heads over to start throwing the hook, I'll go down and finish whatever's on the table while he's bringing that next pot up. So it just kind of makes things a little bit more efficient and move quicker. Now the demo version, I've only been able to get one hired worker. I think the rest is locked. And that's okay, right? You get an idea for how it goes. But you would be able to set different workers, or different deckhands, I'm sorry. Workers, I'm still in farm sim mode. You could set different deckhands to doing different jobs. See, now that came into the box where he's gonna throw. So he should start. I don't know why he's not throwing the hook. Is that not close enough? Did I slow down too soon? This doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, I guess I'll do it. And then he's gonna bring those in. Alright. So I'll finish sorting these last 7. While he's bringing that next pot up. Hey, Chizo and Tiny, how's it going, guys? Glad you guys could jump in. Yeah, I'm just kind of testing out this live stream thing because it's been so long, and figured I'd try, you know, the demo version of Deadliest Catch here. And right now it's starting to get kind of frustrating because my deckhand isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing. Man, Tiny, to be honest, things couldn't be any better. So I retired from the Navy in June, started a new job, moved to Georgia. I work from home now, so things are going really well right now. Yeah, Newell, you got. I mean, you know, the ones that are too small and in the females, you got to get rid of them. And throwing them back in the ocean is definitely the way to do it. It might actually be the most entertaining part of this game. I don't know about Newell being a deckhand. You haven't seen me work. That's tonight's been a struggle. I've played completely through this demo one time before. It's only one season of crab fishing, and I never had so many issues that I've had tonight with just, you know, lining the boat up to pull pods. I dropped a pod in the water without putting buoys on it, so I lost that one. It's just been a crazy night. Thanks Tiny, I appreciate it. Yeah, things really couldn't be much better. Actually, the only thing that'll probably make it better is when the kids go back to school and actually go to school. So I guess while you know, Alex McBodie here's doing this. So another thing in this is you have to repair the gear. So if you take the WD-40 penetrating oil, you come over and you just press the button to repair it. Down in the bottom right hand corner is the level of repair. So it's at 82%. You go ahead and repair it, and now it's at 100. So you got to do the coiler, you got to do the launcher, the sorting table. I'm not sure if you have to do this crane or not. Yes, you do. And it seems as though everything becomes in disrepair at the same rate. So they were all at 82%. So yeah, Newell, I did 21 years in the Navy, and I don't do boats, man. I'm gonna try something because he's not working the way I want him to work. I'm not sure why, but we'll see. Alright, so he's done sorting that table. I'm gonna drive up to the next pot and see if we can't get him to throw the hook this time. So I don't know if any of you guys have played this, the full version of this game. If you have, let me know. I've considered buying it, but I don't know that I can justify the price for what the game is. See, this idiot's gonna go stand there. I don't understand. See, this is just one of those glitches or bugs or something that's going on. I don't know why he's not throwing the damn hook, but I guess I can do something around here. Old timer Dave, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you could jump in. I don't know how much longer I'm going. I just kind of was doing this to test out streaming because I haven't streamed in forever, and I have gotten a new computer since the last time. So yeah, I mean, I've played one season completely through because that's what the demo allows you to do, but I didn't know if like the full version allowed you to buy new boats or I don't know, you know, customize things better or whatever. Put him back to sorting because I am not doing that. And really, sorting is probably one of the dumbest things ever. I don't like the mechanics of it. I get it. I understand why you have to check to make sure that it's male or female or whether or not it's big enough, but it just takes forever. I couldn't be better, Dave. Could not be better. Yeah, upgrades I get, but you can't buy new boats though, can you? Actually, I think they just released a new boat as a free DLC kind of thing. But I think that probably needs to have a lot more options. You know, you make enough money, you buy a bigger boat, or, you know, something like that. I guess while he's sorting that, I'll start heading over to the last pot. I'm not going to do much more of this. I just wanted to jump on, make sure the stream stuff was working well, the audio worked well, and then it kind of turned into a walkthrough, talk through kind of, not really a tutorial, but explanation on how this works, how this game plays, and then that kind of turned into, well, I'll get a deckhand and explain how that works. And now that I've done that, I'm pretty much coming to the end of everything. I'll probably pull this last pot, head into Dutch Harbor, and just kind of see how much money I made, just because I'm curious. And then call it a night. I mean, we're going on, what, an hour and a half of this stream, and I could probably, let's see, I've still got 5 days left in this season, right? So there's plenty of time, right? If I wanted to actually finish the season, it would take forever. You start off with 7 days in a season, but yeah, so you start off with 7 days in a season, and then go from there. And like I said, I'm at 5 days now. I've already come out here one time, hauled all my pots, took them into Dutch so that I could have enough money to hire this guy that doesn't know how to throw a damn hook, and came back out and figured I'd just kind of finish this trip, I guess, and see how it goes. Probably call it a night from there. We got some people coming over tomorrow. We're gonna do, I just got a new smoker, so I gotta play around with that. So we got people coming over tomorrow. It's gonna take all day to cook. So the first time I set my pots in this same area, they came up way better than what they're doing now. This is not looking good for the home team. Oh, how nice. He was waiting for me. Hey, dummy. You're supposed to be sorting. What? Oh, I see. Okay, so he was putting that pot back. He's not that dumb. There you go. Go to work. Go to work. So I'll let him sort this table. We'll get those put in the tank, and then we'll head to Dutch to see how much money we made. I got another question for you guys that are watching. Have any of you played the game U-Boat? Yeah, so U-Boat is, I don't know when it was released. It's still in development, but it's, you're a German submarine captain, World War II. It's on Steam. I just bought it. It was like $16 or something if you bought that and Car Mechanic Simulator 18 at the same time. Or it was like $19 by itself. So I went and bought it, but it's like I said, it's still in development, so if you do the tutorial in the game, it actually tells you don't do the tutorial. It tells you to go on YouTube and find people that have done their own tutorials and watch those, which is pretty crazy. I've never seen a game actually say that before. Don't do our tutorial. Go watch somebody else do it on YouTube. But I watched a 40-minute tutorial that was part 1, and the submarine never even left the dock yet, so it seems like it's pretty in-depth. And maybe once I figure out how to play that, I'll stream once or twice from there too and see how that goes. Yeah, that is odd for sure. Yeah, I just thought it was weird because I was like, I'll just go and do the tutorial and learn how to play the game, right? And it literally says don't do this tutorial. I tried to do it anyway, and it didn't work. I couldn't hardly do anything. So, but the game seems like it's going to be pretty legit. Battleship game, would that be World of Warships? Well, I guess we'll head into Dutch and see what kind of money we made. No fines this time, that's good. Oh, $18,478 with one less pot than what we went out in the first trip. Now we're up to $43,000. Let's are we on top of the leaderboard? See, this is the other thing that's crazy, right? I guess they haven't come in yet, but I didn't even come close to filling my boat the first time I played through, and was still at top of the leaderboard. But yeah, I've played World of Warships, and that's a pretty cool game. I like it. I suck at games like that. World of Tanks and World of Warships, all that stuff. I'm just terrible, but I have played that one. I like it. But this U-Boat game is like completely different than that. It's interesting for sure. You gotta control crew members and what they do. Make sure they eat, make sure they stay, I forget what the term was that they used. Basically make sure that they're still happy, make sure their morale is up. You gotta make sure you have enough fuel, that your electricity doesn't run out, so you got to charge your batteries with your diesel engines, and it seems like it's going to be pretty legit. But like I said, I watched a 40-minute tutorial, and they never even left the dock. Yeah, see, all these in the demo are locked, right? So and then even like if you go into the shop, oh no, I'm sorry, not the shop. Upgrades. See, some of these would be nice, right? But like efficient bait grinding, who cares? It's not that big a deal. But I guess you get more bait, you wouldn't have to buy as much. But some of these would be nice, you know. And if you could buy more ships, and from what I understand too, you have to hire crew members after every season, right? So you can't like keep a crew and develop them, make them better, and then hire people as needed. You got to rehire everybody. Zeke and Streak, how you doing, buddy? Haven't heard from you in a while. I hope everything's well. Yeah, going back to U-boat, the guy that was doing the tutorial just took his time and explained everything in depth, which I appreciate, right? I definitely appreciated it, but if I'm going to play a game like that, I want to get to sinking ships, right? That's the whole point of German submarines, was to go out and destroy you know, merchants and other warships and whatnot, right? So that's kind of what I was hoping to get to by the end of that tutorial, but didn't quite get there yet, and that's why I'm not streaming that tonight. I had thought about streaming that, but I don't want to look like a complete moron, so I'll leave that one for another time. Well, Zeke, I would ask you when the next time you're gonna come fly down to California is gonna be, but I wouldn't be there anyway. Yeah, just a wee bit east, I guess you could say. Almost as far as you can go. Yep, just a wee bit. I tell you what, the weather is quite different here in Georgia than it was in California. Not that I'm complaining, but it is damn hot and humid. And even for the big difference in weather, right? California's, at least where I was 70 and sunny year round pretty much. Actually Talladega's in Alabama, Zeke. But it is only hour and a half, 2 hours from where I live right now. Something like that. But so the latitude of where I was at in California is almost identical to the latitude of where I'm at here in Georgia, right? It was nearly a straight shot east across the United States, which was, when people say that, oh, you went down south, like, no, I stayed pretty much the same, but yeah, it's I think since I've been here, we had 11 straight days of over 90 degrees and anywhere from 50 to 80% humidity. So it's kind of miserable sometimes. Is my voice too loud? Yeah. Oh yeah. No, there's no excuse for him. Five weeks in 97. We won't talk about what I was doing in 97. Yeah, Zeke, you sure did. Some of these guys down here might take offense to that. See, if you were down here in 97, I was still trying to figure out how to get out of high school. Yeah, he used up his last chance. No, was that get 1 second chance and he used it up already? All right, gentlemen, I'm coming up on 2 hours. I appreciate you stopping in. I'm gonna throw in the towel for the night. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out for a little bit. Hopefully we can do this again soon. It won't be with this game. I think I'm gonna uninstall it, and I don't know if they come out with some other updates or something that make the gameplay a little bit better, then possibly. But right now I'm glad I didn't spend the $20. I'm just gonna stick with the demo version and call it a night. But hey, like I said, I appreciate you guys hanging out, and we will talk to you later. Y'all have fun.